and sincere support, results would have been very different. So once again, I would like to thank all of you. Thank all the voters, in fact, everybody who voted for me. And I said something on the square, and I would like to repeat it once again here. To me, this is a sign that we were able to achieve a lot in recent years, despite difficult circumstances, so people appreciate what we've done. Number two, this result indicates that they trust us. And third, they have hope. It's important to bring all the people together, regardless of who they voted for, because we have very difficult problems facing us, and we have not just to resolve them, but like I said in my State of the Nation address, we need a breakthrough. And we can do that. We have every reason to believe that we will do this. And it's important for us to know that all political forces should not follow their short-term clan interests. They should think about the whole nation. Yes, we can have different approaches, but I would like everybody to have a sincere desire to achieve good results in difficult circumstances that we live in. And for that, it's really important to me, and in fact to our whole team. I think it's very important to continue working together like we did. Of course, each one of us will be working in his own circumstances, his or her own circumstances, but this doesn't matter whether we are officially a member of some institution or not. What really matters is that we should be aware of the great challenges facing us today, and we have to overcome those challenges. We have to accomplish what our country needs today, and I really hope that we will keep working together. You know, when I was on the square a few minutes ago, somebody shouted in the crowd saying, "We are your team," and I was very pleased. I said, "I'm also a member of our team. I would like to preserve this team in the years to come. I want us all to work together for Russia, for our country." Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Once again, I would like to thank all of you. The best of luck to all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, we are. Russia. 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 Thank you.
Добрый вечер.
Good evening. How do you feel? Tell us about your emotions and your plan for tomorrow. Emotions? I'm very grateful to voters for what they did, for the choice they made, for their trust, for their appreciation of our work in recent years, and for their hope. Because they clearly hope and expect us to work together. Our entire team, expanded team, and yours truly, we will all work even harder, as hard as we did, but achieving even better results. And we have every reason to believe that we'll be able to achieve a lot. There was this situation with the poisoning of Sergei Skripal during the race. So what do you think about Russia-EU relations? Well, as regards this tragedy that you mentioned, I learned about it from the media, and the first thing that came to my mind that if this was a military-grade substance, they would have died straight away. You have to understand that. Second, Russia doesn't have chemical weapons. We've disposed of all our chemical weapons, observed by international monitors, unlike some of our international partners who promised to do the same, but unfortunately failed to deliver on their promises. So, we are ready to cooperate, and we said as much straight away, we are ready to participate in the investigation, but in order for us to do that, the other side has to show some interest as well, and but we still are open to work together on this matter. And I think everybody understands that it is nonsense and it's absurd to claim that Russia can do something like that immediately before the presidential election and the World Cup. It's just unthinkable still. Despite all these difficulties, we are ready. We are ready to work together. We are ready to discuss any matters and overcome any difficulties. The turnout was quite high, but unfortunately our neighbors, Ukrainians, did not allow Russians to vote in Ukraine. What do you think about that, and how can Russia respond? Oh, it's awful. It's a violation of all international norms. Russia will not respond in any way. To us, Ukrainian people, they are our brothers, I've always said, so we won't respond with any restrictions. On the contrary, we'll do everything we can that Ukrainians feel at home in Russia. Yesterday you congratulated Chairman Xi Jinping. Are you confident that bilateral relations between Russia and China will prosper? Chairman Xi sets ambitious goals for China. He wants to develop his country. We wish the best of luck to the Chinese leadership and the people of China. There are some ideas like the Silk Road and the economic component of the Silk Road. I don't want to talk about the specifics of our cooperation, but we think that this initiative is quite compatible with our projects. We want to build a Eurasian Economic Union. We want to develop our Eurasian cooperation in an expanded sense of the term. And our interests coincide, they converge. We have a lot of things on which we could work together, and we'll do that. China is our strategic partner. The level of relations between Russia and China is unprecedentedly high. We are proud of it, and we treasure these relations. So we congratulate Chairman Xi on being re-elected, and we are confident that China, led by him and Russia, will do everything they can to further develop Russia-China cooperation. TASS news agency, when will you nominate new members of your cabinet, before Inauguration Day or after? Well, the standard practice is the president appoints the new government, the new cabinet, after he enters office. So I will have to consider a few things. First, I think all the appointments will take place after Inauguration Day. I would like to clarify, do you have somebody in mind for Prime Minister? Will it be Dmitry Medvedev or somebody else? And are you going to launch a constitutional reform during your new term? Maybe. No. At this point, no constitutional reform is on the table. As for Prime Minister and the cabinet in general, I'm thinking about candidates, but I'll start thinking specifically from today, because I had to wait for the results, but all announcements will be made after Inauguration Day. What about the United States in Latin America? The United States has reinstated the Monroe Doctrine in Latin America. Well, we know about history. We know it's a history of gunboats and political pressure on Latin American countries, but I really hope that the current U.S. administration, they have a chance, and I hope that they will take advantage of it. They will be able to renew their relations with Latin American countries based on equality and mutual respect. We want all continents, countries on all continents, to develop their relations in a positive way. And the last question, Bloomberg News Agency. Do you think it would be possible for you to return as president in 2030 if you change the constitution in 6 years? This is ridiculous, what you're saying. Let's just do the math. Do you expect me to stay here until I'm 100 years old? Of course not. No. Do you have any plans to meet with other candidates? Yes, I do. I don't know when. We'll see. My staff will contact them and we'll make I will invite them. All of them? Yes, all of them. So what will happen in the next 6 years? Will it be a new Vladimir Putin or the old Vladimir Putin? Well, you know, everything changes with time. Thank you. We all change.